Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to Yakin pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Back with another lesson. Today's going to be a quick lesson. I'm going to read this post that I came across on X, formerly known as Twitter. All right. And it says, it's from the Kobayashi letter. It says, Hormuz update. Iran has now turned back 20 vessels attempting to cross the Strait of Hormuz today, as the U.S. blockade was turned back a total of 23 vessels. It appears we are now entering a complete shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz. Prior to the U.S. blockade, vessels from Iran and Iran's allies were permitted to sail through the Straits of Hormuz. Now, under the U.S. blockade, the U.S. is prohibiting vessels from accessing Iran's ports and coast. We may be seeing the first ever complete shutdown of Hormuz. More details to come shortly. All right. So you now have it on both ends. Iran stopping vessels or ships from passing, and you got the U.S. stopping ships from going through that was going to deal with Iran. So there, you got it coming from both directions. So the ramifications of this is going to continue to build on the global level, man. All right. Having those ports shut down, having that oil from moving is already causing shortages, right? But like I said, that shutdown is causing shortages already. You're going to have fuel rationing, rising energy prices, which is going to affect everything else. Because oil, basically everything is produced and made out of that. That's why there's so much, just to add on another note, there's so much health problems in the world based on the containers that they put these foods in, right? But anyway, that was the post that was up. All right. But I'm going to grab this scripture in the book of Jeremiah, 51:7. Because this place can't be fixed, man. All right. The other day, the market had shot up. People was in good graces because they said it was over with. They're negotiating. But this has just happened today. This is Saturday, April 18th, that I'm doing this video. And things have turned for the worse, because I even saw before I left the house, heading up here to camp to do the work. Iran has shot at vessels out there by the Strait of Hormuz. So you have all these things going on when they said everything was all good, right? Just like the scriptures say, peace and safety, right? But anyway, this is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand, and have made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Nations are looking at the US of A sideways heavy, man, because with the US doing their blockades, they're pissing off China, Russia, other nations that deal with Iran and get resources from Iran, right? And on the other side, you have Americans, right, that's going to pay the cost of having oil prices go up. Even if oil is in a surplus, they say a surplus here in America, we can get it here. But there's going to be other buyers now competing for that same little bit of oil, which is going to do what? Make the prices go up. It's going to inflate the prices because you didn't cut the supply. It says, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches up unto heaven, right? And is lifted up even to the skies. So, hey, this place is getting judged, man. And a lot of people are still sleepwalking. They still see this place going on for a long period of time, for a long run. And they got plans for the long run. But the writing is clearer than it's ever been. Anytime I have ever been in this truth, man, that this place is done. You can stick a fork in her. She cannot be healed, man. Period. She cannot be healed. Right? From and this is gonna be pretty quick. From here, let's grab Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, its wisdom no more in Teman. Its counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished. So you have Trump, you have these pundits, you have these people on TV telling you what's gonna happen next. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But none of these motherfuckers is right. You know what's right? Who's right is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and his scriptures. At the end of the day, the prophecies will stand. You're not going to fix Babylon. You're not going to adjust the deficit. You're not going to bring back happy days. You're not going to bring back affordability. All that shit is going out the window, man. It's just going to be an escalation of judgments into violence, right? Ultimately, that mark in World War III and the returning of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's what's on the agenda. So you understand. Not anything what Esau is saying, man. All right? Their counsel, their wisdom has perished, as the scriptures say. Let's see what else I got. I got one more. The second Ezra 6:9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world. So we know who Esau Edom is. You got a recent video with Vocab Malone coming out with his homeborn slaves he got next to him, trying to take that name of what's what and who's who in these last days away from the hopeful elect, but it's not going to work, man. Right? Esau is going to get punished. Esau is going to get that judgment, right? And those people are still here today because they are ruling at the end of this current world, right? They have the rulership seat right now. You see? So, as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, if you can rub two brain cells together, you know who the world fraudulently says is Jacob, who the world fraudulently says are the chosen people. Hey, they are already in rulership. From the banks to the media to Hollywood to properties to whatever asset, whatever thing you could think of, they got their hands in and they run that joint, man. So they are in control already, man. Right? They already got next. So they would have to tell you that they're not Jacob, they're Esau. You see? So that's plain and clear, man. You can't get around that. As that saying say, the proof is in the pudding. You can't get around these scriptures, you can't get around these prophecies, and you can't get around the description of what certain nations and peoples will be doing in the end days, man. Right? You can't get around that. The redemption of the house of Israel and those of us waking up, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that happened, man. That happened, and you can't get around it. You know, you can't get around it. But that's the point. I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom the next time.